What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Further North podcast. Straight off the bat today, we're going to talk about Bay 29 for the upcoming game against the Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium. So the boys in North Melbourne, close to a flag, up on their Facebook page, have put up a link to get tickets for Bay 29. We're making our own cheer squad in there. There's going to be Kangas. All you got to do, go to their Facebook page, click on the link, and the code is MAKEPEACE. So you can get yourself some level 1 tickets for a decent price and join the gang. All the guys will be down there. Bring the noise, guys. We're going to do it this week against the Doggies. Or are we? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. But yeah, Bay 29's back. Get down to Marvel on Sunday and support the boys. Close to a flag, Facebook page. Click the link and MAKEPEACE is the code. So get on that if you haven't already. What a week. Honestly, not really too much to talk about going on in the North world at the moment. I guess just reflecting on the game at the weekend, and I'm still pretty up and down about it, to be honest with you. I still think we should have won. I still think it was a disappointing display. But the signs of progression are still there from this team, and the signs of the future are still there. So I'm still disappointed. I think we should have done better in that one, and I think we arguably should have won it, but it wasn't an awful performance like we had in the first part of the year. So can't complain too much, but thought we should have done better. All right, Doggies. Notoriously, the Bulldogs absolutely destroy us. Their midfield constantly tears us apart, and whatever average defender that they've pushed forward will probably kick 10 in years gone by anyway. What's going to happen this game? I don't know. Hasn't been yet. But we are playing much better as a team, and we have a much better quality midfield. So, I don't know. Are we a chance? Let's have a look and see what the sports bettors are saying here. What do you reckon it'd be? I'm not going to... before I look, I'm going to guess. I'm going to say North, like $6.50 to Bulldogs $1, whatever. Let's have a look. How right am I? Oh, we're better odds. $1.20 to $4.60. Interesting. $4.40 on a Sunday. Prime time down at Marvel once again. All right, what do we think for changes? Sorry I can't do this after the teams have been sort of announced, just work commitments and things like that. But I can't remember what I said on the podcast a few days ago. From all reports, LDU is not going to be available for this one, and that's fine with me, to be honest. Wardlaw's been playing great. We don't want to bring too many names back into this team, but Jai and Hugh Greenwood are available again. So I'd definitely be bringing those two back in. And who comes out? Spicer and Aaron Hall for me. I would love to change the sub as well. I don't want Aiden Core as the sub. Is it weird that I kind of want Daniel Howe to be the sub? Is that weird? I hate myself for saying that, but I think he's kind of okay as the sub. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I feel gross. I'm going to go take a cold shower after this. But other than that, I don't think any more changes need to be made. I know there's been a lot of chat about Paul Curtis. Give him a run. You never know when he's going to explode, and I think once he does, he's going to be consistent. So Paul Curtis stays in for me. Zeebel's done a body of work this year. He stays in. Other than that, everyone was sort of okay and isn't droppable. I hope Zerha really brings some consistency this week. But yeah, that's really all we need for this week. I think Jai and Hugh come back in. Spicer and Aaron Hall out. And the sub, yeah, let's chuck Daniel Howe there. I'd love a Jackson Archer. I'd love a Cooper Harvey. I'd probably rather Curtis Taylor maybe, see what he's been doing, but I kind of think Daniel Howe or a Charlie Lazaro probably deserves that sub spot. So you guys let me know and tell me what you think. Let me know if that's fair enough, but they're all the changes I would make this week, I think. I don't want to tinker with it too much. I don't want to be, dragging people in and out all the time. Spicer's had a bit of a run. He's just kind of not there. Paul Curtis can play the Spicer role in my mind, and I don't know if I'm crazy about this, but Paul Curtis, people go, he's a medium-sized forward. It's like, yeah, medium-sized forward means you can play small and play tall. He's quick, he's strong, he's got a good eye for goal. he can play that Spicer role. And his his forward 50 pressure wasn't too bad last week either. So just needs to get on the scoreboard and impact the game a little bit more. But he'll get there. I believe in Paul Curtis. So the Bulldogs' last result, 22-point loss to that team over in Radelaide that we don't want to talk about. I'm confused with the Doggies. I'm not sure if they're great or if they're, not great. I'm not sure if they're like top 8 worthy or not. They're sort of 8th at the moment and could go up or could drop pretty far down. There's like a middle pack this year. It's like 5 to 12 or 13th on the ladder is all kind of the same. And I don't think they're much better than like the Swans and the Saints. Do you think they're really that far apart? The Swans are 13th and the Saints are 5th. Do you think they're that far apart? I don't. So all that middle pack there is going to be shifting up and down a lot. I don't know if there's any sort of injuries and things for the Dogs. I probably should have looked at this, but let me have a quick look now. I don't think there's anyone I can think of. Jay O'Donnell, tactical sub. No injuries from last game. I just really hope their midfield doesn't absolutely slaughter us, and we're going to go in with such a young midfield. So I really hope they can sort of stand up to that. Do I think we can win this game? I am not expecting a win. If we're not winning last week against the Giants, who I think are average, I don't think we can beat the Dogs, who have Bont and who have, their forward line especially, Norton, Ugle-Hagan. Isn't there some other bloke up there who's really tall? I don't know. And depends where Josh Bruce plays. He still play. He's in the back line now, isn't he? They'll probably chuck him forward and he'll kick 10. That was a nightmare of a game. I think we go down in this one, and I think it's probably by 30-odd points, 25 to 30. I would love to be more positive, guys. I really, really would. But you guys come to the Further North podcast for the real chat. I genuinely thought we'd win last week, and look how that went. So I don't think we beat the Doggies, but I think we continue on with a decent form and not getting belted. I just hope Larkey keeps kicking goals. Let's talk about Nick Larkey quickly. I did talk about it on the other podcast, but I hope this re-signing news is real. I hope the club announced that very, very soon. Strong reports he's re-signed and turned his back on it on like $1 million a year from some other clubs. So, yeah, I love Nick Larkey, and he seems like a true shin boner. So, oh, man, I love. And he's wearing number 20, which was Drewry's number. Man, what a North Melbourne legend he already is. I don't know. It's, North lose by 25 to 30. Oh, I feel like a bad supporter saying that. Let me know what you guys think. Message me and let me know. Give me some score predictions. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for the game. I'd love to be able to preview some more, but I just thought I'd jump on and talk about a few things I've been thinking about through the week. Robert Hanson Jr. is apparently sort of starting to settle in down in the twos. Kicked a decent goal and looks like he's fitting into that level. So I'd love to see him get a run later in the year. Jackson Archer is another one I'd love to see get a run. I think he's going to be that guy moving forward who plays on a Toby Green. And maybe Luke McDonald floats a little bit more. I don't know if Luke is a brilliant tagger. I think Jackson Archer has an impact to make on this team for the rest of the year. So maybe after the bye, he can start fighting for his spot more. I think he's pretty healthy now and playing, regular games in the VFL. Okay, let's do a little round preview. Is there any more North news? Not that I've been able to consume. Wardlaw Rising Star, Larkey hopefully signing on. LDU isn't available this week. Simpkin and Greenwood back. I don't think there's heaps of changes to be made. No news on Clarkson coming back. Yeah, maybe not the most exciting preview for you this week, guys. But hey, here I am pumping out the content to give you guys something to listen to for 15 to 20 minutes on the car ride there. We do have Nostalgic Player of the Week coming up too, and that's got some absolute belters in it. But quick round preview. Port Adelaide Geelong on Thursday night. I'm tipping the Cats. The Cats are winning this one. Jeez, I hope the Cats win this one. I've never said that before. I can't stand Geelong. But Cats win this one by 15 points. Brisbane and Sydney. At the Gabba, Brisbane win that one. GWS Fremantle, I don't care about that game at all. The Dockers win it, I guess. Who cares? Saints Richmond. I reckon the Tigers win this one. I reckon the Tigers are going to have a late run here. I think they might. Maybe they finish ninth, back in their old position where we like them the most. But I'm not convinced by the Saints. I'm not convinced the Saints are all that. I think they're scraping games and it's very gritty to watch. It's grubby. I don't know. I think Richmond win this one by a couple of goals. It's at the G too. Oh boy. Carlton and Gold Coast. If there was a game that Michael Voss prayed to any god that he does not lose, it's this game here. The last few games, Carlton have had some decent teams in there. The Swans are still okay. They played the Pies recently. They played the Ds. This is the Gold Coast Suns. And the Blues are favourites in this one. Oh, my God. Oh, what way do I go? My head says the Blue. Oh, I don't know. Mackay leads them to a win. I'm saying the Blues win this week, guys. I don't want the Blues to be that bad. I don't know. I think it's just pity, but I'm going to tip the Blues win this one just. Mackay with a snap from 65 out goes straight through the guts. That's what wins this one. And the only other game is the Bulldogs and North Melbourne one. Crows, Pies, Bombers, Hawks, D's and Eagles have a bye. Do you reckon the Eagles could win this week? They're probably praying that their percentage can't keep going down. Maybe do we update the bet? Maybe let's update the bet. How do I find on the AFL app the stats? Here we go. So my bet, if you do not remember, was with my coworker Big Anthony. Who's going to kick more goals this year? Nick Larkey or Oscar Allen? And it's turning into be bet of the season. Nick Larkey's on 36, Oscar Allen's on 33. Very, very close, but Larkey edging him out last week. So hopefully Larkey gets some more on the board this week and can really start pushing ahead. But, geez, this is turning into a great bet. I mean, both the number one forwards on struggling teams. It's tight, guys. And every week we talk about this. I told Big Ant that I'm getting an army of people from the Further North podcast to really get behind this bet and root for Nick Larkey here. So I would love it if you guys would send me some messages for Big Ant, trash talking him about Oscar Allen, and I will show them to him on the weekend. And I'm going to let you guys, I'll film his reaction or something and put it up on the Instagram. So please send me messages to Big Ant. I want to trash talk him about the Oscar Allen bet. Send them in. You're a real fan if you do. And I'm going to get his reaction and I'll post it up on the Instagram. He'll love that. That'd be hilarious. All right. That's about it, guys. We're going to go nostalgic player of the week and then we're going to head off. So thank you for tuning into this one. Just a short and sharp one. Really giving you no insight at all, but just some little updates and my thoughts. So this week's nostalgic player of the week, Scott McMahon. Who remembers Scott McMahon? Number 42, halfback flanker, back pocket, roamed around that region. This is a player I genuinely forgot about, but he was always pretty solid. So I asked you guys about your favourite memories of Scott McMahon. And Jason Elliott on Facebook says his pathetic effort to help Scott Thompson with Barry Hall. I forgot Scott Thompson was in that. What a moment that was. Against the Doggies, nonetheless. What a time to remember that. Man, Scott McMahon, maybe that's why he didn't get his contract renewed. He could not pry Scott Thompson from the clutches of Barry Hall. Richie White says, round 2, 2011, versus Collingwood, very specific. In the second quarter, when he took a mark of the year contender. I don't remember that. I'll have to search that one up. A Scott McMahon hanger. I'd love to see that. Nicholas Ed Pascoe, a screamer he took around the half-forward flank at Colonial Stadium. Think it was called then. I think, Colonial Stadium, was it? I think it was against Port. Not 100%. That and the time he got a spray from Brad Scott at the Gabba. I think I do remember that as well. Mitch Shaw, GMHBA Stadium, 2011, went to give a no-look handball, dropped it straight to the ground with one hand. Think Nathan Grime was there for a handball drop receive. He was by himself for a good 25 minutes. The replay was too hard to watch. Come on. We need positive Scott McMahon memories here, but that is an absolute howler. James Duke, his bravery going back with the flight to take a mark. Yeah. The amount of times that he's Zeeble-like in that way, wasn't he? Back and back into the pack, taking clunks. Yeah. Yeah. Now you've said that. Nothing specific, but I remember Scott McMahon backing into packs and taking marks, Leo Barry style at the front, so many times. What a great player. Boydington Scott III says, I reckon he was okay. Why the hate? Boydington Scott III, no hate here, sir. We're just remembering a true North legend and a guy who was very solid, but I did forget about Scott McMahon. But that's why we're here. It's Nostalgic Player of the Week. Get around it every week, sir. And just on Instagram, brad.edwards.7528. Very consistent, then finished up at Sturt in the Sandful and dominated, winning 2 flags. Good on him. Finally got that flag that he never achieved at North. If only he could have played an extra 15 years and be part of our next one. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry it wasn't more in depth and there wasn't really more to go off there. But hey, a little podcast midweek, give you guys some content, a little bit of North chat. We love that. Hopefully at the end of the week, we can get another guest on after the Bulldogs game. And hopefully we're talking about a win. I would love them to win. I'm going to try and get along to the game. If I do, I'll be in Bay 29. I'll see all you guys there. Don't forget, North Melbourne Close to a Flag on Facebook and Instagram. There's a link there. Use the code MAKEPEACE, and that's how you get your tickets for Bay 29. So get down there, bring the noise. We are massive. Up room, and talk to you on Monday, guys, or Tuesday. Maybe Tuesday. Who knows? See you. Bye.